MSB here, and today the Naxxramas Hearthstone adventure was finally released. Everybody has been waiting so long for this adventure, and I am thrilled to finally be able to play it. As you can tell here, the solo adventure has taken the place of the practice tab, and actually when you go into the solo adventure, you can see that you can still access the practice here. However, here is Naxxramas, and we're going to be going over today each of the different things that you unlock with each wing of Naxxramas. So the first thing that you unlock is the normal mode. And in the normal mode, you can see already that I've beaten the first 3 quests. And here is where you would unlock each of the quarters. And as you can tell, the first one is the Arachnid Quarter. As long as you log in at some point during this month, you will unlock this one for free. So get in while you can. And then after each week passes, you are able to purchase another of the quarters. And each of the quarters will end up costing you 700 gold. So that's 2,800 gold for the remaining 4 quarters. Now, each of the quarters so far are broken down into 3 matches, but as you can tell, there's a little blank space here, and I'm wondering if there's going to be a 4th unlock for like a boss, maybe a final event or something. But keep an eye on this space. So the first thing we'll do today is jump into a fight against a Nubrakon and show off that boss. And I'll be using the Budget Priest deck. And if you want to see more of the Budget Priest deck in action, as well as the card list, go ahead and click on the link here. It'll show a couple of matches with the Budget Priest deck, as well as how to utilize it effectively. Okay, so a little bit high on the cost here for all 3 buy options, so I'm gonna chuck them all back. What you really want to try to do is start with Perfect, a Shadow Word Pain in your hand against a Nubrakon, and you'll probably see why as we move forward. And, oh, another great thing about these bosses, you can talk to them. Yes, it does. This is a pretty cool power here. The Death Charger deals 3. That's a very well costed card. 1 for 2/3 that deals 3 damage to you. I mean, you look at that in comparison to, like, say, the Warlock. You know, the Flame Impu is a 3/2 that deals 3 to you. So this is great. 2/3 with charge. And we're going to throw out the Harvest Golem here. You have to save your Shadow Word Pain, because there is an extraordinarily nasty minion that comes out. I think it's either a 4 or 5 cost. Okay. And now what we're going to do is we are going to destroy that and then throw out my Northshire Cleric and heal up. Yep, that was pretty good. Okay, he does have, each of the bosses has multiple spells from different classes. This, the Death Lord. So 2/8 taunt. The Death Rattle is really good for you because when it dies, you put a minion from your deck onto the battlefield, and this is why you absolutely must have a Shadow Word Pain to use, because then you're killing it and you get a Chillwind Yeti. Perfect. And then I'm going to just start whittling away his troops here. I don't mind if he uses all 3 of his troops. Okay. Luckily, the AI isn't the absolute smartest on this one. That really works out for me. Okay, so heal up 1 and 2. It's difficult to program smart AI. I mean, let's be honest. That's it's tough to make a smart AI, to be honest. Let's see what we're gonna do here. I want to start putting some damage on him. I'm gonna also heal up. I'm actually going to save that in case he drops his second guy. He also has a really nice 7-cost spell that deals 3 damage to all minions and heals him. So I am going to 3 and 2, 5 and 7. You know what? I'm going to drop this. You gotta be kidding me. Ah ha ha, good thing I did. Yep. See, this absolutely must be prepared to fight this card. This is crazy. A 2/8 for 3 cost? It's insane. Okay, so what are we going to do here? We are going to 3, 4, 1, 2, 5. Death Rattle. See, I don't want to kill him first. 3. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bash that guy in, and then we are going to. Yeah, no, let's do this. He's only got 2 cards in hands, so I'm gonna get rid of that. Oh, look at that. A big fat Temple Enforcer right in his face. And then I'm going to 2-card this. 1 and 2. And heal myself. Yeah, he's dead next turn. And that's why it's such a massive power swing. Yeah, that's fine. So you can tell he had both warrior... Sorry, he had... Oh, that was actually a pretty good move. He had both mage and warlock spells, so... very damaging, but as you can tell, as long as you can deal with those 2/8 with taunt, you can get some massive board swings, especially with this this priest deck in particular. It's got some very good options. Pow, see ya. My apologies. Yeah, Yes, I'm sure I will. Actually, I already have. So there you can tell the basic version of the Naxxramas encounter. Each of the decks are unique that the bosses use, and their hero powers are unique, and it makes for a very entertaining experience trying to make decks that sort of build around how to beat each of these bosses, because each one has a different mechanic. You saw Anub Rakan's, which is to summon a 3/1 spider, basically. Whereas Grand Widow Faerlina has a devastating hero power, Rain of Fire, which is basically like an arcane missile for each card that you have in your hand. So if you play something like, let's say, a Handlock, on turn 2, she's like hitting you for 7 random arcane missiles. It's insane. And then Maxina, for 3, returns a random enemy minion to your opponent's hand. Not too scary, but this one also has the legendary card, which can kill any troop. It's a 2/8 that kills any troop that it attacks or deals damage to. So that's the first section of Naxxramas, but that's not where it ends by any stretch of the imagination. There's also class challenges. And the class challenges is a fascinating addition to the Naxxramas set. Each of the classes are going to be represented here, and each challenge puts you against a particular boss. So the rogue will fight against Maxina, whereas Malfurion fights against Faerlina, and not only does it fight against a specific boss, but you have a pre-constructed deck that Blizzard gives to you to use this. And what it does is twofold. Not only does it help you unlock additional cards, which are specific for your class, but it also shows how to play with the new cards. Each of these decks uses the new Naxxramas cards, and it sort of shows you a possible deck to use them in. So let's go ahead and jump in against this one, and I can show you how it works. Okay, here, don't really like the options I've got. What you really want to start with in this one is one of 2 cards. There's the Acidic Blob. Oh, look, Hogger. Well, I mean, you can't really ever... Starting with Hogger is always a good move. Okay, let's see. Innervate. Perfect. Okay, yeah. Now, pretty soon here, she's going to likely hero power. Oh, she didn't hero power. Okay, well, what I'll do then... I could forward to that, but I'm looking to do an early Hogger, I think. I'll take some damage here. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's crazy. Crazy good. Okay. There we go. Echoing Ooze. This is fantastic. So, this really shows one of the card combos that you can make with the Naxxramas cards. Echoing Ooze summons an exact copy of whatever this is at the end of the turn. So what I do is Innervate, and then Mark of the Wild it, so it's a 3/4. End my turn, and pow, I get 2 3/4s now. Bam, with Taunt. So that's fantastic. 1, 2, 3. Boy, that was actually a pretty good spread for her. And this means that you really want to get rid of your cards as quickly as possible. Now I want to hang on to Echoing Ooze because that is going to be a... I will... 1, 2, get some armor. Because there's lots of buffing cards in this deck to take advantage of the Echoing Ooze. You don't want to just throw one out for a paltry amount. Oh, look at this spread! Look at this spread. What are you doing? Now, see, that's great. I'm glad I didn't Keeper of the Grove. Yep, silence that. No thanks. Let's go there. And I'm gonna hang on to this. I'll risk taking the 3 damage. It's pretty good. 1, 2, 3. Look at these spreads that they're getting. It's crazy. Crazy good. So let's see what we can get here. Stoneskin Gargoyle is another great one. Heals to full, so if you can buff it a couple of times, it gets pretty insane. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Yep, since we're now gonna have a ton of taunters, I'm just going to let him fly. Yep, that's fine. He's down to 1. I don't mind taking damage myself. Ooh, oh my gosh. Look at this. Dark Cultist 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do an 8 next turn. If I get a swipe, I win. Ugh. Okay, well, that's fine. What I will do is drop that, Innervate, so that way I don't keep taking this damage. 1, 2, 3. And this looks like it's pretty much done. Pow! Get me some more taunters. But that's one of the ways that you use them. You can see this deck centers around buffing and really good troops to buff, like the Stoneskin Gargoyle and the Echoing Ooze. Really nice. Yep, that's too late. Oh, look at you drawing cards! Crazy. Yeah. Okay, 3, 4. Okay, that's fine. I was like, what are you doing? You're going crazy here. Nope, and it's over. So, for example, if these guys had... Oh, that's neat. Poison Seed. So, if these guys had a buff on them, they would just heal to full every turn. But I have the ultimate in win. I have Hogger, so sorry, Fairlina. Sorry about that. I love the talkbacks for each of the bosses. They're just so good. This is such a well thought out addition to Hearthstone. It's something that is fantastic. So there you have it. That's the hero side, and of course, when you complete the challenge, you unlock the specialized class cards. So now there's one more section, believe it or not, and you can replay these as many times as you want if you want to sort of get an idea as to what the deck types are. Because like I said, that shows you a really good example of how to use Naxxramas cards. And more of those are going to be released with each of the wings. But now we're going to move on to the last section. So for 700 gold, you get the normal section of Naxxramas, you get the class challenges, and then you also unlock the heroic mode. Now, as it says here, heroic is very difficult. That is an understatement if I've ever heard it. So for example, the one that I'm currently beating my head against is Naxxramas. Every turn, Naxxramas uses its hero power for free, because it's a 0 cost, and it returns 2 random enemy minions to the opponent's hand. Now, I'm not going to win this fight, but I'll show you how crazy it is. I've been working on a mage deck that's sort of specifically geared towards trying to game that hero power. So we'll see. It's pretty insane. It gets out of control really fast. And in addition to having superior cards and a superior hero power, they also start on the board with troops. And I don't want a Faerie Dragon. I want to keep my Kobold Geomancer, and I'm going to keep the Cold Light Oracle. Ugh, that's not good. So you can see right here is one of the cards that I'm thinking about using to game this. But not only that, oh great, perfect, I dropped both of my blizzards. So you can see here the boss on the heroic difficulty starts with 45 health, which is pretty crazy. And here's where he would automatically use his hero power. That happens first, so you know you can look at like a Cold Light Oracle that can keep shoving cards into both of your hands. And someone like a mage can actually work pretty well with that. So, in addition, charge. Yep. So it fires first, and that's going to put that charge character right back into my hands. And I'm saving my Kobold Geomancer for a. No, that's fine. Saving my Kobold Geomancer for a. Arcane Explosion. I've got 2 Arcane Explosions. This is basically like a version of my Mage Rush deck, which is so far specifically tailored to this. So let's get some... There we go. Let's get some card draw going. Yep, thanks. But you can see his deck size is far greater than mine. So this isn't a situation where you can just, you know, like deck them to death. There's absolutely no chance. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we are going to drop this. Yep, get those done. Yeah, that's crazy, but oh well, I'm getting close to being able to just Blizzard. And this is going to go back in my hand. Yeah, return a friendly minion. So you can see how this gets out of control really fast. And you always start first, so you don't have the coin to sort of, you know, game some things. And, ugh. I mean, while I'm obviously getting some crazy cards, what am I going to do here? Okay, I am going to burn one of these. Because that'll kick one of his own cards back into his hand, so that way at least I take 1 less damage. Because I need to be able to do... I need to get to 10 mana in order to do a Kobold Geomancer and a Blizzard. Oh my gosh. 3-5. It's crazy. Yeah, so I'm already at 12 and he's at 43. I've done 2 damage to him. So it's not like, oh, you just put in all charge minions and then, you know, you win for free. That's definitely not the case. But what I am going to do here... 3-4. Yes, I will wipe his wipe those 1/1s off and freeze this guy. This is going to heal to full, but nothing I can really do against that. Yep, and these guys just keep coming. These haunted creepers, exactly. It's insane. They just keep coming. They just keep coming. Let's see. Okay. I am going to 2, 7. It's terrible. This is all terrible. It's all sorts of terrible. Okay. So we'll give him another mana. So we can kill that off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm taking 5 next turn. Oh, it's got taunt. Yep, there, I'll kill that off. Yep, and pull that back into my hand. Oh my gosh! I've actually never seen the Sea Giant. That is the first time I've ever seen that come up. I haven't lived this long before, so... Got it. Okay, well, let's go ahead and 1, 2, 3, 8. I'm at 8. Okay, I am going to Blizzard off because this is going to pack his board. He's not going to have enough 1/1s. Yep, that stops it. And then what am I going to do? Yeah, sure. Let's Arcane Missiles. Why not? 1, 2, 3. Sure. Kill off one of those guys. I need to pull a Fireball. Oh my gosh. That's so much power. Yeah, I'm dead next turn. So you can see how these get out of control super fast. Oh, hey, look. I don't think that matters, though. 4, 7, 2, 5. Yeah. Okay, so I'll go ahead and survive another round. Why not? And 3. Oh, no, I won't even survive another round. Ah, oh, well. That's fine. Die. So yeah, absolutely crazy, because he starts with 2 of those guys on the field, so that's enough for me. And there's this, oh, and another Sea Giant. It's crazy, and they have more than 2 copies of each card in their deck. That's why their deck is so crazy. As you can tell, he dropped a ton of those spiders. So each of these hero encounters are going to take a lot of time to just sort of bash your head against it and figure out what actually works. Here you can see that her Rain of Fire now costs 1. So from turn 1, she's hitting you with Rain of Fire. And here, the Skitterer is a 4/4 spider instead of a 3/1 spider for 2. So again, really crazy, but a lot of fun. You know, this is a level of challenge that really wasn't seen in Hearthstone. Before, it was just basically all PvP and, you know, using net decks. Now there's another sort of avenue for your cards. The different combinations make a lot of sense. Things that you wouldn't use in PvP are usable in PvE against these boss encounters, and they're not easy. These are tough. And each week, a new one is going to be opening, so if you thought that the first one was fun and had a lot of content, remember, next week, the next quarter opens, which is going to be the Plague Quarter, and there is going to be 3 more bosses, 2 more class challenges, and another set of heroic encounters. So this is going to be a lot of fun, a fantastic addition to Hearthstone. So keep coming back to my channel not only for deck lists to help you beat players, but also to help you beat these fiendish foes in Naxxramas. Thank you for watching. If you like this content, please take the time to subscribe to my channel, and have a look at my serious sneak peek of Heroes of the Storm, as well as my newest Hex 10-minute draft video. As always, I'm MSB, wishing you good games and good times.